So he ended up running right off the end, properly sticking himself into the boat.
And you say that he never reprimanded you or anything? Blimey, you must have been one lucky engine. Ah, can't say the same for that one controller that Dave apparently had back in '64. Why don't you tell him, Dave? Dave said nothing. The Class 37 stared blankly at nothing, before finally, after a while, responding. Oh, alright then. But it's really, really not a nice story to remember. He was such an horrible man. Well, care to explain yourself, 92119? The shed fell silent as a certain man stepped up in front of the engines. The poor 9F couldn't handle the backlash from the controller anymore. He broke down into tears on the spot. Other engines, such as the 47 to his right, tried consoling him, but it was no use. He was past inconsolable, for he realised that he was seen as a failure. But sir, I've tried my hardest. Why me? You know as well as I exactly why, 90119. You shouldn't deserve to be at this shed, and you know it.
He needs encouragement, not aggression. Speak to him when you gain manners.
That's hardly a way to address your controller, 3477. My naive and young self then spoke up. Say that again. I dare you. Shut it, D6808. You know as well as I do that thing over there that you call a colleague is just a waste of space. Well, I can see through the money that seems to cover your eyes. I see this engine over here as a hard-working friend who, no matter the problem, can always find a solution. Maybe if you stopped piling up the money, you might be able to see what he is worth. I've had it. I've had it with you, D6808. You'll be wise not to call me that. It's Dave to you. I shall address you by whatever it reads on your cabside, D6808. Now get going. The next local is due any minute. Otherwise, 19119, you will be sent to the works by D1505 here. No arguments. Understood? Crystal clear, sir. Oh, so I took that local indeed. I know that it sounds like a grueling task, but whatever. Whatever it takes to get away from him. Soon enough, I'd come to the end of my journey, finally arriving at the destination, a large station in the middle of a bustling city. The name I don't remember, but that's besides the point. I slowly arrived into the platform and was due to sit there for another 10 minutes before I could finally get a path to run round my train and take it back the other way. And so, as soon as I arrived, I began the waiting game. Then, as if I hadn't realised it, the diesel, that D1505 fellow, and the poor 9F passed me on their way to the works. Hopefully, I was thinking, that poor 9F could get an overhaul and a transfer to another shed. It was at that moment when a certain engine started to pull up to the shed. It was...
Hey up, it's Gary!
Oh, it's you.
Cheer up, lad. I know him. Hated him to his twisted guts. I'll tell you what I know of him.
So, what do you think he wants?
I was fueling up at a seaside station in early 44, and a Midland Fowler 4F and Stanley Mogul were sat in the shed. They were seemingly waiting for someone.
That's only something I can agree with. I don't think he'll get any further than the control of some small line, or maybe even a shed. I feel bad for the man, but I'm afraid his dreams are just too big. Oh, wait up, young'un. How are you feeling today? To what do I owe the pleasure? Glad to see you both, 4027-2959. Anyway, are we still going forward with that plan that I've told you about? Of course, sir. The plan is in full swing. By the time that it comes to midday, he'll have either not gotten anywhere, or he will be derailed. Oh, and might I say as well that it would cause a loss of backlog at the station, though. But anything to get him off of our line would be amazing, sir.
I don't think he'll be derailed. I'm sure of it.
What the? You can't be serious. He was there all this time?
I moved off shed to report this matter to the head office and from our next train. But that's in Winnipeg!
So what happened next? Dave asked. However, there was no reply from the War Department to 80, for the entrance of the shed was empty, and instead, Mr. Biddlesworth had suddenly appeared in the centre of the turntable. He had an important and vital announcement. Good afternoon, engines. I hope I'm not disturbing anything. Good God!
Never do that again.
Well, I've come to tell you all that I'll be leaving for a couple of days today to visit the Moorhaven Hills Heritage Railway and to see how William is doing. Therefore, standing in for me, I shall be standing here for your fine controller. I hope that, by all means, you will cooperate with me and that I do not have any disturbances. Oh, great, he's back. Yippee.